quickly as they possibly can. They are making sure it happens quickly as well, but they still need to collapse to the side at some point.
Citizen has gone unchecked, and they've sort of trusted that, as is the usual, all the bodies have fallen back down to the site from the routes that they had. Oftentimes, you know, you'll very rarely see an exploration round onto Strip, as I said before, and now with 30 seconds, that it gives him that sort of go-ahead. They've got this opening body. All attention is now focused towards the site. There might be some pings and intel, but as Packbull is trying to find his way around on the backside of pipes, that allows this pressure to come in from behind. They've reevaluated, restructured, and reapplied themselves. The spray comes over the shoulder. They get Citizen on the backside, but they're struggling on the front as the spray goes behind the big blue box. There it is, dug around the corner. Kayak gets one more and one more for his trouble, and G2 holds the rest of the work still being done in construction.
I think Hungary might be going from below as Citizen goes for the run out and takes down the plateau pressure. Hungary is below, has a nitrous cell available, actually just used it or pre-placed it. Yeah, it is pre-placed as we speak. And as Packbull finishes up the job, they have the breach that they might want to go for. Another grenade gets tossed in and will dislocate Kayak for just a little bit. But Packbull in the meantime for the plant, nitrous cell comes out, gets a kill and a down. And suddenly it's only up to Gumpy and Keenan in a 2v4 situation to try and clutch this out. As Keenan goes for the pickup. It's only up to the two of them.
Great take there from Keenan to go for the swing, but it's two of them funneling in from the same side. Citizen finds himself deeply injured, and they're able to move in the back, but there's still that back line, and they're able to spray through and hold on. That C4 we both talked about underneath became a big bit of the play, and then from then on, it was just a pretty standard shot. Aren't quite in the right position, or quite sharp enough to pull a body out here. Hive has to be aware of this, and
I don't think he is.
Well, here's the impact ready to rock and roll. They're going to hit the wall and go for it, and Hive just takes it. Kudos medics for keeping the camera there. How does he know? Well, Kayak knows exactly where somebody is out there, takes even more damage, is going to try and desperately find himself freedom, but with a need to reload that gun, it takes a little bit longer than he probably wanted, and he's still not quite found it. Hive gets his second, and this is Secret with a lot more going for them. The drop on the C4, Hungary's able to swap back to his other weapon just in time, and it pops off. Packbull creeps his way through the site. They've got the read that one of them's underneath. They're not 100% on where Virtue is as of yet, so they're just going to stick it in the corner. Oh, apparently they are. Catch him on the door and catch the first line, and it's kind of turning into the same story. Moto seems the most obvious approach at this moment in time, but how well they can read that above is always down to our omnipotence. Hive has at least read it, tries to spray through the close wall, but it's Hungary that's on the corner. Citizen goes down right behind the A box on the far side, and Packbull's going to use this to try and plant behind it. Kayak going for long-range smoke there. It is catching Packbull, and he has to swing to get the kill. It's suddenly a 5 versus nobody, though.
Flawless round.
As they floss.
No, but for now, it seems like Cash will be the play. Hungary's still below, has a nitro in hand, and we could see the exact same. Oh, there we go. There's one nitro. That will take care of Packbull, but there's still one left.
Virtue and Kayak find one apiece as well. There's one more. G2 were massively positioned. They knew where it was coming from, and they thread two flawless rounds in a row on two different sites, on two different stories.
The diffuser, they now need to recover that. And of course, want to go for a different approach as well, because that mirror setup is going to be very difficult to get through. Sleben will still stick around, has an opportunity. He's thinking about it. Citizen goes for the jump out and drops the diffuser yet again.
Oh, no.
Someone just recovered it. Now they have to send yet another member or go for all the kills. But with Citizen in the position he is in, they need to make sure that they are splitting their resources, and they just do not have the manpower for that.
Yeah, 30 seconds. The diffuser in a pretty much impossible position to get it out of without having to go for a big clear there on Kitchen. There's a rotation that's come through underneath as well to try and stop this immediacy, but Gomfy's dug their way in. Just didn't see the head hidden behind the porcelain throne. They know where the swing is, and they're at least able to get the body out, but you've got 10 seconds, you've got no diffuser, and you've got players across two different stories right now. There is no real way that you can pull this round together. You've tried to find this kill, but Citizen has found one of his own, almost got both, and G2 5-1 on their defensive.
Of course, some have rotated around now. Gumpy still holding from the top, though, looking to pick up Kayak because he wants to open up the hatch, and he's about to walk into it as Gumpy misses the shots here, but gives away his position as a result. Kayak decides to rotate back and open up the hatch. I'm not quite sure what you're doing. You've been shot at so many times, and there's 25 seconds left on the clock, and he's still thinking about going back there. Gumpy's just going to get this kill at some point.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't think Kayak really knew where that was coming from, and Gomfi's going to have to try and sliver his way down. But as you said, 15 seconds. What are you going to do here, G2? The spray comes around. They're still trying to drive their way through Kitchen Hatch. Kayak gets a double, but Hungry gets downed. And as we wait for those X-Kairos, they've just got to throw themselves into sight. But there's a man holding the bottom of it, Packbull, and G2. Just where did the time go? Will it just catch it? It does. Just on the border. That mute jammer removes it, allows them to have a little bit more access. Some angles there. It removes everything else that was otherwise stacked up, and we can start to see the flashes burn. 30 seconds. The first C4 pops off. The fight on the door goes the way of G2, but it's the sprays on the site push that start to fall away from G2. Now, they're trying to construct something around all the wood and everything else that's in construction itself, but Sleben is in the job of dismantling, and he's doing a pretty fine work of it. Yonka slips past the cash and all the money, but he doesn't get any further, and they find themselves spent. Secret. Find another round. Very dangerous RC cars back to the deep corners. There's another mirror window to pop. There's a close angle, but Sleben is not currently home. The ADSs were, and, well, they are no longer. They still have that grenade, and they still have the ability to try and apply that if Kayak is steadily burning through, but he does it with bullets instead. The drop comes. It doesn't last massively long, but Keenan's traded out in the meantime. Suddenly it's only Gomfi with only a handful of seconds, but he can't quite find it. Citizen. Well, if anyone was going to drive the body through, it would probably be him. And it allows you to corral. It's a very narrow pass. And in the best case, it also burns out utility. Packbull isn't the usual smoke that'll often be down here, but he still obviously has now used the C4. He has put a bit of a cost, and Hive being down has put a lot more pressure round onto the back of Packbull. The back of Bionka is going to make things much trickier. The popped C4 doesn't get anybody, but the spray sure does. 5 to 3. And with 30 seconds left, Secret, they're going to have to pull out something crazy. Kayak gets one, digs his way through one more. It's just Sleben left. That back line is trying to do everything he can, but there's a Monty protecting the diffuser planter. They're going to just stand in the way.
With his snowman shield.
You're not shooting at any of my friends today, not at least from this angle. Sleben is going to go around another. The pings are continual, but so is the pressure. Great take against Citizen. 30 seconds, a post-plant situation. Monty's still waiting to try and find the new angle, but Yonka finds it first. G2 lock us out, 7-3.